How you doing, guys? If you're having a little bit of shoulder pain when you work at a desk, in this short video I'm going to explain a couple of little things that are the three main causes of this occurring. So number one, you work at a desk, you're in there for long hours. What's going to happen is that your upper back is going to get quite stiff. So when it gets quite stiff, your shoulders are going to round in a little bit further. When they round in, the front of them become weak because they're short, the back of them come weak because they're long, and you end up having an issue where you're only used to moving your shoulders and your arms in this position. So what we want to do is we want to try and get you moving in all different positions. So number one main cause of kind of people having shoulder pain at a desk is you're in there for you're in that desk position for too long, and you need to combat the hours you're spending in sitting. Second reason why the shoulder gets quite sore is that it's just not strong enough. So if we're spending a lot of time in one position, then the shoulders and the muscles aren't getting worked, so therefore they're going to get a little bit weaker. The main muscles that we say are not working in the shoulder are generally the pecs, which is a big massive muscle that's supposed to stabilize the front of the shoulder as you push, and then you have muscles around the back of the shoulder that need to be strong to pull it backwards in this position. Other people tend to have a lot more strength in what we call our deltoid, which is that big muscle in there. They might use that muscle to push rather than using your pec, but obviously that muscle is a little bit smaller, it's a little bit tighter, and it's doing a job it's not supposed to do. The last reason why your shoulder generally tends to get quite sore is that you're moving in different ways, or your posture is quite sore. Now, these might be related, but if you think about them in different ways, if you have your shoulder too far forward in that position, you're going to stretch the front of your shoulder when you go to reach behind, and that's kind of a very, very common movement. So people will be quite sore when they reach behind them, they'll be quite sore when they go to reach up overhead, nice little sweat patches there, and then they're going to be quite sore lying in bed at night. So what we want to do is make sure that you're combating the hours you're spending in sitting, you're nice and strong, you're getting an evenly balanced workout if you are going into the gym or you are doing exercises at home. But just think, if you're doing too much of one thing, it's going to irritate the shoulder. What we do when you bring people into the clinic is we look at mobility, we look at strength, we also look at endurance. And when we combine all of those three things together, it'll give us an idea of what muscles to target best, what muscles we need to kind of, right, let's settle this muscle down because it's overworking, and then what areas there might be a little bit of excess of fluid or swelling in around that joint that we need to push out of it to make sure that joint is working properly. Never in the history of me working in the clinic for 15 years has somebody come in to me and said, oh, I just ignored the pain and it went away. Generally, if it's lasting there for more than 2 weeks, you'll probably need to go and see somebody with it. But they're the three main causes of it. Have a look at how you're moving at the desk, try and combat the hours you're spending in sitting, and look at get stronger, get in the gym.